Are we filming? Yes, we are. So this is basically just a stationary haul, but I've decided to do it anyway because I do some mail times, and I've got to just remove my invoice. Let me just have a look to see what else is in there. So this is a haul from Cult Pens, C-U-L-T. I've been a customer of Cult Pens from almost the word go when it was originally set up as a husband and wife team, and then it's been sold since. But the quality of service, the credentials upon which Cult Pens derives their continued popularity are still present. I'm really pleased with that. We've basically just got a like a jiffy bag, a bubble mailer, if you like. But let's see what we have in here. There's some loose stuff here. Are we good? Yes, I'll just chuck that on the floor for the moment. And so what have we got? So quite often, and I just wanted to share this with you because one of the not that it does me any good, but one of the delights of Cult Pens is they always include some sweets, but it's very, very tempting. And there's always something in here unexpected, so I don't know what's in here, but what I do like is the packaging is paper-based to a large extent. So what have we got in here? Okay, so we have, and this is a clue, so in here we have 3 of these Atoma rings, and I bought the aluminium versions for a project that I'm going to be using, experimenting with later. But as far as the pen's concerned, there's been an awful lot of chat online about this particular type of Bic pen. So what I've done is I've taken the liberty of I'm going to be looking at 3 versions. So these will be in a forthcoming review video, but it's just to whet your appetite. I am very curious about these because I have been I've used these in the past, and when I mean the past, I mean nearly 40 years ago, and I wasn't that impressed because because of the stiction associated with ball pens. It took a while to get going, but maybe they have improved. So I'm going to find out. What else have I got? I've got some other pens. I can't even remember what these are, but this is a Zebra J roller. This one is a Pilot G1 with a 0.7 if I can get it in focus, there we go, a 0.7 points, and these are Edding handwriters, so we'll see, but I'm going to be reviewing all those. But I'm most excited about what is in here. I love this packaging. I try and save it because obviously I sell things myself from time to time. But here we go. Let's take them off the top. So this is a Europa Minor pad with Clairefontaine paper. Obviously, all these things I'm going to review in due course. But this is just like a mail time video initially. Now this is an Atoma. This is an Atoma pad with these rings, very, very similar to these, but these are bigger. So that's a clue as to what I'm going to be attempting. And I am a big fan of disc-based binders, but I haven't used one in anger for quite some time, so I thought it was about time I did. So I'm trying a few different sizes. Obviously these will be good for as a pocket inbox, this sort of size, which is more or less a 7 size. Doesn't say, but it's more or less a 7 size. And then there's this thing, and I know this isn't a review, but let's just take the packaging off this Atoma. This is perhaps the one that I'm most excited about. Got to be careful of cutting this because it's made of felt, and it's I'm not saying I'm overexcited, but I am curious. I was curious about how the rings with the discs were mounted in this particular sort of Moleskine Rhodia web notebook style, but it is, when you open it, this is felt, which will probably mellow and become softer with age, but then you've got this extraordinary replaceable paper notebook, and I am just curious. It's one of the things that I am going to try and use occasionally as an inbox, but I just like the look of it. I really do. I mean, this is closer to A6 than A7, but will it go in my jacket pocket? Let me just compare it with the personal size Frankenfax here. It's obviously more pocketable, isn't it? It's more or less the same size as a Moleskine A6 notebook, but I'm looking forward to road testing this. Very, very unusual felt cover, and this is very, very interesting. It appeals to me, and then I just thought I'd go the whole hog and get, because these are actually very, very good value, these A5 sizes, and again exactly the same, very, very similar. It's very unusual to have this style of grid square with this margin here. Don't really understand why that would be such a thing, but nevertheless, it is what it is. Interestingly, some of these pages have been mounted upside down. So you've got the margin here, but after you turn a few pages, the margin has disappeared and it's on that side. Very unusual. Very unusual. So we will see. But I think it's a nice addition, and obviously I'm going to be the big advantage with this kind of binder is, especially with an A5, if you're on a train and you're trying to use an A5 binder as a traditional filofax one, then it's going to be, you're going to have a lot more space on the table in your train carriage, because you have to have it like that rather than being able to fold it over. So horses for courses, as they say in the UK, but this is actually an interesting haul for me. So bear with me, and at some point in the not too distant future I will be reviewing all this. I'm particularly keen on finding out whether this paper, this Clairefontaine paper and other papers, are good for fountain pens. I'm also going to be testing the Bic pens to see if they are useful, whether they dry up, and a few other pens besides, and of course I have my Atoma project going on. So thank you very much for watching, and until my next video, goodbye.